Now that I'm in the office of majority leader, there is a saying that goes that when much is given, much is expected. And I want to say that definitely I have strategies to ensure that I deliver. The most important thing here is to ensure that we are moving as a body of County Assembly of Nakuru, one body of Nakuru County Assembly. So I'll ensure that I put strategies to bring them into unity. And I want to use what we call consultative leadership, steward leadership to ensure that we achieve. We shall not be getting advices from one group. I want to ensure that once we are an homogeneous group of the two factions, definitely I will be picking advices from them and put into consideration.
Okay. There were allegations that you are leading a group which is interested in tabling motions of impeachment against members of the executive, including the CS and maybe the governor. So maybe what can you say about this?
Well, that is not our primary role, to move impeaching. In fact, our primary role is once we do the oversight and we get that there are shortcomings here and there, we give an appropriate advice. And unless somebody does not want to listen to the advices, otherwise we are very objective in our leadership, and we must make sure that we actually advise accordingly. So we are not for impeachment. That propaganda really circulated. And I want to assure the executive that we are not for that.
Okay.
Yes.
Any olive branch?
Well, I have done this before. I extended an olive branch to the governor from the time I was elected, 2 months down the line. And I'm happy that I've gotten some response from some of the quarters. I want to believe that the governor again is going to call upon all the MCAs so that we can sit together and we have a cup of tea, we share and we forge forward. Yeah.
Final comments?
This office, I know, is quite open for each and every individual, each and every MCA, members of the public. Let them come. I will accommodate their suggestions and integrate the very suggestions for posterity. We are going on recess on the 4th December. And while in recess, I still want to use that opportunity to caucus with members of County Assembly. I'll find time. We sit down, we get a cup of tea, we discuss on the issues. And the moment we come back after recess, definitely the House will be one, and we shall be passing bills and creating motions that will actually be beneficial to to Nakuru County. Yeah.
Any key bill you are giving a priority while you will be returning in the House?
Yeah, okay, let me just begin by saying that we have several bills that have been passed in the County Assembly, but unfortunately those bills have not been implemented. I think it will be more important to ensure that these bills are implemented. We question why they have not been implemented, and they be implemented for the success. It will not be prudent enough to keep on creating bills that are not getting implemented. So I'm going for implementation first.
Message to the public, since they have seen all these issues.
To the public, I want to say that we are quite sorry. The County Assembly is expected to actually be in decorum all along. It's supposed to exercise its mandate. But unfortunately, we spent about 2 good months with wrangles here and there. But I want to be very sorry and tell them to bear with us. That was it at that time. But going forward, we want to assure that there will be harmony and the issues on representation will be tabled in the Assembly.
Party wrote a confirmation letter to the County Assembly Speaker informing him that indeed they are witness kwamba we have elected a new majority leader And what the Speaker was supposed to do was just to communicate that letter on the floor of the House, which he did. Of course, kulikuwa na some elements of disruptions, which is normal in any political tussle, but we thank God that this thing is finally over. And that the most important thing right now is forging unity as a House. We know that our new ML has a task ahead to convince those who feel that they didn't want him. And the former ML also has a task to mobilize his people, because we are one family of UDA. So that we remain as a team. We have a lot to deliver. The governor has an agenda. We as the majority party, the party of the governor, we also have an agenda to ensure that we support her. We give her the necessary rules, the necessary support, resources to deliver on her mandate and promises he made to the people of Nakuru.
Okay.
So it is over. We thank God. We are going to forge unity as a House to ensure that everything now runs smoothly. It is true. That was their proposal. But you see, in an environment where you bring your proposal, it is subject to a popular decision. So if you come with your own proposal, you subject it on the floor of the meeting. And that is what was done in the UDA. They brought that proposal, but they cannot force our candidate by then, who is William Mutai, to withdraw from the race. It is more of a personal decision. Their former ML was asked by the party if he supports that position. He did not outrightly say yes or no. Our new ML was asked by the party if he supports that proposal, and he said no, because he felt he's interested in being the majority leader, and that is how that motion was defeated. Because in a democratic process, every proposal you bring on the table, you have to put it to a division. And division is basically those in support and those against. If those in support are the majority, you would have done so. If those against it are the majority, the outcome is here. Well, that is unfortunate. They tried to bring that because the party was very cautious not to be seen to interfere in the decision making of the UDA membership of Nakuru County. My office as a party whip, under standing orders, gives me the roles and the powers to officiate, to reconvene a meeting of such nature, especially when the person of interest is the office of the majority leader. And the party read out the specific standing orders before everyone and told them, we cannot officiate this mkutano because if you are to interfere, somebody will say the party was in charge of the meeting and the party directed a meeting towards a certain direction. But in my own wisdom, I actually volunteered my powers to the party and told the party, because indeed I am an interested person, I hold a single vote as a member of UDA, can the party chair? And we all agreed, and the party chaired the meeting. But now it came to the purpose of voting, the party then could not interfere in that process. And all these things were done in the presence of the party officials, the deputy executive director, the director of elections, the legal person, all of them were there. So we urge our brothers, it is obvious and it is normal. When you lose a contest, excuses are here and there. And that is normal. We respect that. But that is now water under the bridge. Let us now forge ahead.
Okay.
We have a new leader. Let us give him the support that he needs. He has a responsibility to lead this house in conducting its responsibilities objectively.
Okay.
And as we work with the executive also.
Yeah. There were also claims that the divisions among the two factions were caused by some outside influences. Maybe the factions were allied to different individuals, maybe who are seeking power or other interests in the county. Maybe from your side, what was the main reason why we had two factions in one party, UDA?
The issue of outside interference, I am not privy to that. If they claim so, I think that they want to produce the evidence to back up their claim. All we know is that the majority members of UDA had a problem with the running of the former majority leader. And they addressed so many issues for a very long time. And they felt time was ripe to replace him. And this is very normal. It's just like in an election. All of us, after 5 years, will go and face the people. And the people will have a choice either to give us another chance or to bring in new people. So those are just baseless claims that we've had those claims. They need to back up their claims on the same. But I can assure you from our side, there was no outside interference. This was a popular initiative led by the popular membership of the UDA within the assembly.
Maybe there were issues that had been raised in regards to the trips that some faction of MCAs had in Mombasa, which they claimed had been funded by maybe the executive, by a certain politician. And then we also had another meeting by another faction of the MCA in Naivasha. So maybe the funding of these trips, was it done by either, or was it, how were these meetings convened?
I don't know. I will not speak for the Mombasa because I was not there. I was not invited. So I don't know who organized it, how it was organized, and how it was invited. The communication did not come through the official channel of the assembly. So we are not privy to that, because if it had come through the official channel of the assembly, then all the MCAs would have been in Mombasa. The Naivasha meeting which I attended was our own collective initiative. When we had our colleagues who were in Mombasa, we told ourselves, why don't you also have our own discussion somewhere? Let us meet and discuss our way forward. And I can assure you, all the members who were in Naivasha, we all chipped in from our own pockets to pay our bills and our transport. So that issue of here and there, it's not here and there. In every competition, there's always action and reaction. And all of us, we vied for positions in 2022, and there are those whom we defeated. And of course, it took them time before maybe they accepted the defeat. But we have created an avenue to embrace each other. So the same also in the assembly. You know what is a common denominator in the assembly is that we are all here to serve the people of Nakuru from our respective wards. We do agree. There's a group that feels aggrieved, and that is very normal. If I take you back, there was an attempt sometimes back for us to impeach the county secretary. And one group succeeded to defeat the impeachment, and those of us who were for the impeachment, we lost, and we felt aggrieved. But with time, we agreed and moved on. Our new office, led by William Mutai, is going to work overdrive to engage, especially our UDA MCAs, put our house in order, and also reach out to the others who are not part of UDA, but in one or the other, who are involved in all these processes. There will be no discrimination. There will be no antagonization. We'll work with each and every member, and every member is open and welcome to access the services that are being offered under this office of the majority leader. And I assure you, within time, this house is going to be more united in its mandate than ever before.
Okay. Maybe a final comment?
Well, Nakuru people, we are very sorry for what has been happening for the past 1 or 2 months. You've seen how we've been conducting our business affairs. It was something that it was unavoidable, and we apologize. And for now, we are more focused in our mandate as an assembly, as legislators, to ensure that we offer our roles effectively, and also as the executive also commence in their planning or start implementation of a project. We want to assure our residents of Nakuru that their interest is well taken care of. It is at the front of our engagement.